Hey folks, just a quick Photoshop tip here. If you're a portrait photographer like me and you like to use Photoshop's new Generative Expand feature to try and add a little content to your images, maybe you just happen to like the framing a little bit better, you've probably run into the same situation. Okay, we're going to try and add a little bit to the left and right and to the bottom there. But as you can see, there's a lot of skin here. There's no nudity, but more often than not, if it thinks you're trying to do any kind of nude content, it is going to come back with this warning and tell you, no, 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 can't do it. Now, if you've experimented with this at all, you probably know that sometimes if you just give it a second shot, it'll go through the second time. Sometimes over here, it'll give you one sample, but not two. Sometimes it'll give you two, but not the full three. But a lot of times it just says, no, not going to do it. So I've come up with this little trick to get around that. And basically, I just take the layer, create a new layer. That's the easiest way to do it to me, is just to drag it down to a little plus sign. Now we've got a top layer and a bottom layer, both copies, exact copies of the same thing. We're going to go over here just to keep it simple. I'm working just on the top layer now. I am going to mark out the person, and then I am going to black out the entire inner selection. So now we have basically a layer where it is blacked out, the person is blacked out, and we have a layer on the bottom that's the full image. Okay, next step is to just basically do what we were trying to do from the beginning. We're going to try and expand it on the bottom left, right, and make sure we have generative expand. I don't know why, but it seems to, when I reselect, it goes back to default background, and then you have to reselect generative expand, confirm it, and see what happens. So there we go. It actually went through this time. As you can see, it gave me 3 copies. We're going to go with that one. You can generate them again over and over just like normal, but we're going to go with that one. Now what we do is go over here back to the layers. We're going to select the top 2 layers. We're going to merge those 2 layers together. And now we have the top layer with the new content, but the big black mark. We have the bottom layer, which is the original image with a little white border where the new content would be. And all we have to do is go back in, select right around the little black mark there, and this time we're going to pick the eraser tool. Again, it helps to have a nice high flow so you don't have to go back and forth too much. Let's deselect that. And now we have a top layer that looks like that. Bottom layer looks like that. I'm going to Control Shift E on a Windows, on a PC, to flatten the whole image, and there you go. You've got added new content on the bottom. I can show you the original back to the new one, and we've just added a little bit. Again, just a quick tip to get around the heavy censorship on Photoshop's end. It works for all kinds of images. It is still not going to generate actual, lewd content. So if that's what you were thinking, I have no idea how to do that. It's not something I try and do, but this works for me when I just want to add a little bit, and it seems to be overly aggressive on the content aware fill. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.